Welcome Computer Science Patines. We were reading chapter 12. Yesterday we have discussed topics of related to constraints. So today we will be focusing on primary key and foreign key constraint. So let us start it. So what is primary key constraint? Actually, what is a primary key? It is a primary key is a column or it's a combination of columns. Okay, that uniquely identify a row in a table. Let me take an example, like we have a roll number in your record that will help me identify each student uniquely. Okay, so that particular column, that roll number will be known as primary key. Okay, there are certain rules that we must follow in order to decide for a primary key. Primary key must contain unique values, means every student in the class must be assigned unique roll numbers. Okay, the primary key cannot be null. If you have decided that roll number will act as a primary key, so we cannot leave any child without assignment of the roll number to it. Okay, next is there is only one primary key in the table. We can make primary key as a combination of columns in case we don't have any particular field to make the primary key. Okay, so but we should keep in mind ki see, roll number is the one that is helping us in identifying the row of particular student uniquely. Other than that, I may have driving license of the students, or I can have Aadhaar card number of the students that will help me identify a particular child uniquely. So those all fields that qualify to be a primary key, they are candidate for the primary key, but it is totally dependent upon us which column we will be selecting for making the primary key. Like in my class, I have 3 students who qualify to be the leader of the class, but I will select only one leader out of it. Okay, similarly there can be many fields that qualify to be a primary key, but the primary key will be 1. But if the table is like that, we don't have any single field which qualify to be a primary key, then in that case what we will do, we will combine one or more fields together to make the primary key. I'll let you know how. Okay, so nutshell is there will be only one primary key in the table. We cannot have more than one primary key in a single table. So we can create primary key by 2 methods. One is using the create command. We just need to name the column to which we want to make the primary key. We will write the name of the column, then the data type, and simply we just need to write primary key after the declaration of the column and its data type, and your primary key will be constructed. Okay, or otherwise if you want to have more than one column combination for the primary key, then simply you need to write primary key and within brackets you will mention the column names. Okay, if you are not creating a new column for a new column as a primary key, then you may use this alter table command. You just need to write alter table, then name of the table, then add keyword is to be returned and primary key, and after that you will write the column name. You will be much more clear when we will do the practical. Okay, next concept. Before I start the next concept, I will like to start my theory of practical part of my topic. Okay, so let us start our practical now. So initially we need to open a database. For that, command is use ABC. So ABC is the name of our database. So my database is open now. So let us now create the primary key for a particular table. So for that we need to write command create table emp3 emp id is the name of particular column. Int is similar to integer. Either we can write int or we can write integer. It's one and the same thing. I want to make employee ID as my primary key. So I will write primary key after the name of the table and the data type defined. Okay. Next column I want to create ename. Ename and the data type is varchar. Giving the size of it. So we have created a table emp3 and first column is employee ID and I have decided to make it a primary key. Then the employee name, second column it would be, and the data type is varchar. Fine, so my table has been created. So let me show you the structure of it. emp3. Okay, so you can see here emp ID is my primary key now. Okay, the key, it will indicate primary key here. Fine. So primary key ensures that you are entering unique values into it. So let me insert something into it. Insert into emp3 values. So what value you will be giving? Let us say 1 is the employee ID and the name of the employee is Ram. So this row has been inserted. For that, select star from emp3. Okay, this row has been inserted. Now I want to insert another row. See, primary key will ensure the similar entry is not allowed to be entered, right? So if I am entering the same value again, the 1 is already there, it will not allow me to enter 1 again. Okay, so we can make changes here. So it is allowing me. Now I want to see again whether the data has been inserted properly. See, here repetition is allowed, but here the repetition is not allowed. Fine. I hope it is clear. It will not allow you to leave it blank, or the duplicacy is also not allowed. You want to see, if I want to leave it blank, then what will happen? See, I am not giving the value. So for that we need to change it here also. For that, ename. I just want to give value of this particular. It will not allow me because I have not supplied employee ID. So primary key ensures either means neither you leave it blank or nor you are allowed to do any duplicacy in this particular field. Okay, I hope the concept of primary key is clear. So primary key can be a combination of more than one column also, but together they will act. Okay, now the primary key is employee ID. I just want the employee ID should be combined with ename. See, this we should do when we have such fields where we cannot use one of the field to make the primary key. Like if my table is like that, ename and your city, okay, ename and address, like that. So in these two types of column I am confused ki which column is to be made primary key, because none of the column will satisfy this property. So in that case what I will do, I will combine ename and column together, address together to make the primary key. So here I have only two columns, so I am helping you out to make a primary key by combining these both two columns. Okay, how to do that? For that we will use the create command again. So here what we will do, यहाँ पे we will not use one only, we will use two columns together to make the primary key. So for that you need to put a comma here and primary key. Okay, together we will combine emp id comma E name. Fine. One more bracket is to be added. Okay, EMP3 already exists, so I need to change this name again because I'm going to create another new table now, so it should be different name. So I just want to see whether this table has been created. Why it is saying empty set? Because I have not inserted any value into it na? So just to see the structure, I should write this command. Here you can see it is a combination of two columns together. Means there are no two primary keys. Okay, there is only one primary key, but here it is a combination of two columns together. Fine. Okay. So I hope it is clear to you. Now you cannot leave any one column blank because they two are under the same category. If you want to see again, I cannot duplicate the data in both. This will not be allowed. See? Okay, so I'll make changes here. This has been inserted. Again, if I want to insert the similar value, it will not allow me. Why? Because they both are together the same repeated data. Okay. So if I try doing little bit changes in it, then what happens, you see to it. Now this combination is different. Earlier it was 2 RAM, now it is 3 RAM. So it is okay. Okay. Now the person is different. So if you want to see, select star from EMP4. Fine. Now it is okay. So you have created your primary key with the help of create command. Now if you have created your table, now you want to add your primary key, then what you should do. So for that I'm creating a table for you first. So here what I will do, I will remove this primary key and I'll make another new table for you. MP5, let us say. So this new table has been created. You can see the structure DESC EMP5. Fine, there is no primary key defined. Now we want to add a primary key here. For that, alter command you will use on alter table. Fine, EMP5 na? Yes, EMP5, add primary key. You want to make EMPID as primary key, EMPID. Okay. Now your table has been created. Now again I'll show you the table structure. You will find that this particular column has been made primary key. Okay. So this way you can create your primary key later also. Okay. Fine, let us now start rediscussing the concept of foreign key. So what is a foreign key? Foreign key is a field in a table that matches another field of another table. Okay, it is used to maintain the referential integrity. Actually, I told you foreign key is basically used to maintain or create relationship between the two tables. Like I have two tables, one is the employee table and other one is the department table. Okay, so for those tables I just need to create relationship together. Okay, so for combining these two tables I will need a concept of referential integrity, that is creating relationship between two tables, and how the relationship between the two tables can be created with the help of a common field. See how we can combine two tables together if and only if we have at least one field common in between them. Okay, if we don't have any common field in between them, we cannot create a foreign key concept relationship between those two tables. We cannot join the tables, we cannot share data of those two tables. If you want to join those two tables, if you want to share the data of those two tables, we want to connect the data of those two tables, then we need to follow this referential integrity rule. And to implement this referential integrity rule, we must have foreign key. Okay, see, in a table we can have more than one foreign key. Okay, so for defining the foreign key, you need to write foreign key, then the name of the column to which you are making foreign key, then references keyword is to be attached. Okay, then the parent table. See, here you will be having two tables. One will be your parent table and second will be your child table. Okay, parent table will have a particular column as primary key, and that column will be used in another table to create a connectivity between the two. Means to say, the parent table will have a column which is acting like a primary key, and the similar column will be used in the child table to create a connectivity with that parent table. Means we will be creating a relationship between a parent and a child table. So the parent table primary key will act as a connector to create a connection with the child table. Okay, let us see how it will happen. Fine. So here we are for the practical part of the foreign key. So for that we need to keep one thing in mind. Actually, MySQL sometimes it doesn't allow you to create foreign key concept or to implement foreign key concept. So to make it possible, we need to use an engine, that is InnoDB. Okay, actually the default storage engine in MySQL 3.23 up to 3.23 it was ISAM. It is given in your book also, you can read it out. 468 page number is there. Okay, so default storage engine was ISAM up to MySQL version 3.23, but after that the engine, default storage engine where the data is being stored, it has been changed, but sometimes it takes that engine only. So you need to write engine is equals to INNODB after every execution of the foreign key concept. I'll let you know how to use it. Okay, so for that I'll be creating a small table. Again, to create table, E1, I say E1, and here employee ID, EMP ID. Okay, integer data type, and I am making it as primary key of this table. Fine, only one field I am taking, just a small table. After to get it connected with the database, we need to write engine, ENGINE. This is your storage engine, and we want to change it. Initially it was ISAM, now we want to make it INNODB. This will help me to implement my database foreign key concept. Okay, so my new table has been created, E1, and in this only I have one field, employee ID, and that is the primary key of this table. Okay, so describe this table, E1, only one field is there, that is my primary key, employee ID. Okay, so this is my parent table, E1 is my parent table. So another table we will be creating here, that will be my child table. And foreign key, this primary key of this table E1 is my parent table, and this is its primary key, and this primary key will help me to relate this parent table to the child table that I will be just creating. Okay, how to create it? See, so for that I will be writing, I'll make changes in it. So my child table name is D1. Okay, there it was employee ID, here it is department ID. Okay, that is employee table, and that is my department table. Fine. So department table ID is DID. Okay, so I need to design a foreign key here. Okay, primary key of this table will be DID only. Fine. So foreign key IGN, foreign key DID. Okay, references. This is the keyword that is actually connecting it with my parent table. Okay, it is connecting DID, okay, with the parent table is E1, references E1, and primary key of this table is EMP ID. Fine. So what I am doing, I am creating another table. Its name is D1. Okay. Its name is D1, and the column I have created is DID. It is of integer type. Foreign key I am making it, and references I am giving. Key DID should be connected with employee ID. DID of department table should be connected with employee ID. So our table has been created. D1 table has been created, which is our child table. E1 was our parent table. Okay. Now I will try to insert values in my parent table. Okay. So for that, insert into name of my parent table is E1. Okay. E1 values, and I put 1. There was only one field. Okay, employee ID, name. Okay, so I try inserting another value. Let it be 2. Fine. So 2, I just show you. Select star from E1. So there are 2 entries only. Fine. Now this parent table is supplying the values to the child table. Here we have seen this DID is connected with EMP. Okay, I have given the references that this DID, this foreign key DID is get connected with the employee ID. Once you will get employee ID, then only you will be entering inside the department. You will get a department ID only when there is an employee ID. Okay, so this employee ID is controlling department ID. Okay, so if any entry is not done inside this employee ID, you will not get any department ID. Okay, now we should try inserting values in department. What I am saying ki if entries are not done here, then you will not get any department ID. If employee ID you have not received, then no department ID will be given. So only 2 members are eligible for getting the department ID. Okay, so let me insert insert values, insert into D1, name is D1 na, D1 values 1. It is allowed. Why it is allowed? Because 1 is already there. Employee ID, first employee comes and he says assign me the department, so it will allow. Okay, it is allowed. Now if second employee comes and he says give me the department charge, he is also allowed. If third employee, actually there is no third employee, and if someone comes ki give me the department and he is saying ki my employee ID is 3, give me, it will not give. Why? Because his name has not been entered in employee table. So these two are connected together. See, if I insert the value here, third, okay, in this I am inserting value. If it is inserted, it is showing. So let me show you that it has been inserted. See, it has been entered. Now I try putting values in the table D1. Now I will enter 3. It will allow me. Select star from D1. See, if it is entered in employer ID, if you have got the employee ID, then you will be given your department ID. Is it clear? So these two tables are correlated now. So this employee ID is controlling DID now. This is your parent table and this is your child table. I hope the concept of primary key and foreign key is clear to you. Thank you, beta.